the Russian ruble crashed 40% after the conflict with Ukraine. However, since then, the Russian ruble is now back like a rocket, back to pre-war status. And on top of that, I believe, in my opinion, that it's even going to suppress above that before the war. It's going to even go higher and higher, because what we don't really realize is that the US dollar is a third layer. Okay, imagine the first layer being the raw materials, the commodities. Well, Russia has that, and now they're pegging, their commodities to their own currency, which is now going to be the second layer, and we're going to be the third layer. And that's why we have massive inflation on top of the money printing, because people around the world are waking up, countries and individual citizens are waking up and realizing that, hey, the masters of the dollar are printing the crap out of it. The masters of the dollar can anytime freeze your account for whatever reasons they want to. And they've done that to multiple times. And now the people of the world are getting to see they can be next. And guess what? I think that the ruble is going to continuously to go up, because Russia is the raw provider for many of the goods that we consume that are made in China. And since China and Russia are together, their currency is going to now overcome the dollar. This is the end of the dollar. I've been saying this, and this is the end coffins, because we're seeing countries lining up and willing to pay in rupees, Russia's own currency, to buy their own natural resources from, if it's oil, if it's weed, whatever the story may be. And we're going to see that more and more and more. And on the other hand, we're going to see the petrodollar decrease more and more because of hyperinflation, because of the people around the world are not going to believe it anymore. The countries are not. You're having hedge funds buy Bitcoin. That's clearly a sign that they don't believe in the dollar. You have MicroStrategy, they're buying Bitcoin because they know they're losing probably 20-25%, according to my numbers, in inflation. Just my opinion, even though Big Brother says it's 7.9. But, I brought it to you that Congress wants to get a raise of 21%. So inflation got to at least be 21%. Okay. So anyways, big news happening that their currency, Russia's currency, is rebounding. In my opinion, is going to even go higher, because they're the natural providers of a lot of resources, and only the West, which is a very small amount of countries, are basically trying to extract all the resources from all the other countries, because they're so-called developed, right? But without the other countries, they wouldn't have anything, because Russia's providing this, China's providing that, Brazil's providing this, that other country's providing this, and we're just printing out fake dollars and giving it to these suckers and getting their natural resources. And now we drew the line, and where they're not going to accept our trash paper, because their stuff is, like in Russia, is going to be backed by gold. It's going to be backed by commodities, unlike the dollar. And this is a very detrimental thrust into all fiat currencies in the West, from France all the way to UK, all the way to America, ladies and gentlemen, to Australia. Okay, and that's why we're going to see more and more pain and suffering in our home, because price of things are going to get high. There's not going to be inventory, because people are not willing to sell us their raw materials or their finished products, with all the sanctions and tariffs and so on. Okay, us policing the whole world, and having double standards, where we throw bombs and call it collateral damage, and when the other guys do it, we say, hey, they're war crimes. And so things like that, you gotta be fair. Whenever you're not fair, you're a bully. Bad things happen. And I'm not for Russia. But the math, the science, is just plain and clear, ladies and gentlemen, okay, that they have the raw material. China is the factory of the world, and and we're having beef with both of them. All right. So thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking the like button. Thank you for subscribing, and leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Much love.